one step forward. And inshallah, we make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it one step forward for a year of purpose, growth, and direction. So what do we have to do? The first thing. Okay. The first thing that we have to do is internalize all that we have learned. Alhamdulillah, it's a brand new year, and we want to make a year of purpose, intention, and growth. So how many of us want to make it a year of growth? Not in the weight. So inshallah, right now, I know we are a lot of people in this small area, but just a simple exercise. Can you all lift your one leg, second leg, just 4 times? And then your one hand like this, two hand like this, third hand like this, fourth hand like this. Punch, right? So this is called, you can do it faster, and you can go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just going to do this for 30 seconds. I will join you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. When you are at your house, check your posture. Is it coming at a 90-degree angle or not? So you will feel the pressure, feel in your thighs and all that. Okay. So one of my goal is health, and there's a reason I want to be very intentional for that. So that's why that one step forward. For a warm-up, I really want us to realize that we have to move. The second thing we want to do is, I'll be passing out this, starting from here, and it says, never forget the difference that you have made. All right. Each one of you is a star, mashallah, with Quran and Sunnah, and may Allah bless you, preserve you for what all you're doing. As mothers, you are star perform. Take one and keep passing. So as mothers, sometimes we look at people, okay, so-and-so is doing this, so-and-so is doing this. And while we are feeding our own little one or feeding the little one of our mother-in-law, which is our husband, right? Or cooking for the hungry at home, we underestimate it. So never forget the difference that you have made. If you're blessed to have elderly at your home, like you have your parents or siblings or somebody who is sick and you are taking care of them, never underestimate that. So inshallah, there's huge reward in that. So what we're going to do with this activity is that take a little pause, and if you have a pen, write 3 things from last year, which are the highlights of your year. That alhamdulillah, this is what I accomplished. So if you do not have a pen, you're going to open up your phone, and I'm going to give you 1 minute. So your time starts right now. Just think, last year, what is something that stands out in terms of my family, in terms of my faith, in terms of my friends, in terms of my finances, in terms of my travel? It could be in terms of your spirituality. So anything that comes to your mind, you can write. So there's no limit that you just keep it to 3, but I'm going to give you 1 minute to see what went well. So go ahead, everybody should be writing. If you have the sticky note, you can write it on that. If you have a pen, the sticky note is making its way. So basically, for taking that one step forward, I do have to check my surroundings, where I am. So this is like an analysis. Okay, what did I do last year? What went well? What did not go well? What challenged me? And what did I learn about myself? Thank you. Yeah, it's 3. Very good. It's 3 and 06. So for example, you heard this word 306. And for me, this is my biggest highlight. Coming here with a child who was diagnosed deaf, that he can start talking. This may be very small for somebody. Like somebody was sitting next to me one day and they were like, oh, I don't understand what he's saying. And I was like, it's okay. Why? Because for me, this is a huge accomplishment that he's saying something. So alhamdulillah, for each one of us, there will be a different thing. So you're writing 3 things. So what are we writing? 3 things. You need a? So say it again. Okay. So 3 things. Can I see a show of hands? Anybody has already written their 3 highlights and they want to share any one? Sharing is caring. So if you're not able to say it, then it becomes difficult, right? To anyone.
I shared which I was working, but I had a lot of hits and misses was emotional control.
Okay.
But sometimes when I want to be quiet, it's not easy. So
Can you open this?
Pure miss.
Uh-huh.
And then sometimes when I didn't wanted to express that I'm frustrated or angry or sad, so that again, few hit, few miss. I couldn't know how to control that expression, that emotion. So yeah.
Jazakumullah khair for sharing that, because this is a big one. Yes.
Like she said, like I made it vocal to my family that hey, this is stressing me out, don't do it. So then I'm not screaming at them. Like certain things can be avoidable by talking, communicating.
So I'm going to put this in the bracket of emotional regulation, right? And this is also like a full field. We did a whole series on Discover the Best in You, in which you end the blame and start the game. So stop blaming others for everything and start the game yourself. Like you start getting yourself regulated. You can't control what people action is, but you can control your reaction to it.
And the other
So
thing
that's
Safiza also said, having your cover on. It only happens when Allah wants it to do. So rather than having anxiety over ये नहीं हुआ, like leave it to Allah and जब ये होना है, it will happen in the ways
Yeah, you can. So the sticky note that you have, of course, we have the theory part of it, but what we really want to write the highlights. Were we able to execute tawakkul? Were we able to have that emotional regulation? Or there's something else, like, you know, like somebody kids get married or something else that you wanted to happen and you achieved it, because that will give you that drive. Okay, the next year. Okay, you want to share?
Clean my closet, which was like a big task.
Yeah.
And I was getting
This
so
has sugar,
tired,
yes,
but
but you can have it. Because it has sugar, so we can have it. Okay, we are not giving advice right now. Right now, we're not giving advice. Right now, your own phone, your own life, and you're writing 3 highlights of what went well. History, looking back. That's what we are doing. Just looking back. Last year, what did we achieve? And like when we were talking about the SMART goals, okay, my school went from 50 students to this many students. Okay, we got another building added. Oh, in my house, we had dinner time accomplished. I brought one dua card for everybody. That's something that, you know, was my goal, but it did not get accomplished last year. So I really wanted to re-put it in my life because I wasn't able to do my tahajjud last year. I was so passed out. I had to be forgiving to myself that I am doing a lot. There's a lot of things I'm doing, and I just have to be forgiving and take care of myself. It's okay. It's okay. My 5 salahs are priority. This is little extra. Allah knows what I'm going through. Nobody else knows. My father always says, "Rapya jane te vapya jane." So nobody else can know. Nobody else. You can sit with nobody and speak for 2 hours, and nobody will understand what pain you go through. So this is something that I had missed last year, and this year I was looking intentionally for that. So I will start passing this year also. So I want this highlight to be written very like realistically. You write, okay, one of my child graduated this college. Those of you like who are going through medical colleges every year, the expense which is over there. Marriage, it's one thing. Travel is one thing. So 3 highlights. So if you talk about your life, it should not take you, like if I come to you during lunch, if I come to you and I say, okay, what was your 3 highlights? They should come like this, right? Okay, this was my highlight. This was amazing. Like, for example, I will say, I'll share with from mine. Otherwise, if somebody wants to share, anyone highlight?
I just want to say I had neglected my kids by not spending time with them.
So spending time with
When I
them.
went to India, I gave my holiday with them. Like instead of spending time with my parents, I gave them my time, and I think they appreciated it.
My parents were there in India.
Yeah, I mean, we were just in India.
Yeah.
But I knew my parents had their routine.
Yeah.
So when they were doing their routine at that time, I could have relaxed. I could have done so much, but I took my kids out like in coffee days. And I showed them my part of India and what I grew up, and I think they appreciated that. And
So Alhamdulillah. So Alhamdulillah, that's a beautiful highlight.
Because we can't do that here, like when we have our tasks to do.
Absolutely.
So that when, and that's why it's like my friends, India was not relaxing, but this is what they did.
Yeah.
But then looking at it, they appreciate it.
Alhamdulillah.
That,
So that's, I hope you understand what I mean by the highlights, right? So like, for example, from me, if I look, I map my year. From May, I started one-on-one mentorship. And that was the highlight of my life last year, that I'm not restricted to any organization, anything, and I can just be with that child and help shape their life, their future, and everything, not being feeling restricted. So the next thing, once you have your 3 highlights, so please, if you have not written it, can I please see a pledge that yes, tonight before 12 p.m., I will try to scan my life? Because today is a day. One day or day one starts today, right? So please write at least 3 highlights. No matter what it is, you're coming to good terms with somebody. It could be very simple accomplishments, right? So, but write them at least.
Let go of something.
Letting go is a huge topic we covered. I found it very hard to let go, and I have intentionally, if you come to my house, you will see I've intentionally put things that I cannot control and what I can control. So let it go. Let it go. Let it go. So the purpose of the activity right now, I will be passing you some shoes. Now you have one step forward coming to you. Please don't roll it up. Put it nicely if you're putting it in your bag. I know that we all are busy. So taking some pause to intentionally write something on it. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, I'm going to give you the stack and keep one in my hand. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Inna nahnu nuhyil mauta wa naktubu ma kaddamu wa atharahum. Indeed, we gave life to the dead and we record what they had sent ahead and the traces they leave behind. So even if you start walking right now, every foot that we are taking, every step that we are taking is leaving an imprint, no matter where we are going. So there's another beautiful ayah in Surah Al-An'am, ayah number 122, that talks about yamshi bihi fin nas, walking in the people with that knowledge. Walking in the people with that knowledge. So this activity, what you're going to do, you're going to write 3 things that you plan, you intentionally plan for this coming year. If you want this year to be a year of growth, if you want this year a year of letting go, a year of tawakkul, a year of achieving something, a year knowing that every second and day we are getting closer to our grave and end of time. So what is the impact you want to create? So this little shoe is for your, again, 3 number is my minimum requirement. You can add more if you like, right? But have that intention so that at the end of the year, next year, you can pull it out. Qaddamu wa sarahum. What did I leave behind? So can I hear just this word? Qaddamu wa atharahum. So even coming to Sabina's house, like, we are gathered in, wherever you're going, you're leaving an imprint. You're crossing your miles. If you come, you come happily meeting a brother or sister just for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you have rewards for it, right? SubhanAllah. But it cannot make us neglect our own homes and our own families and what. So everything is recorded. Everything is weighed. Never think that you're going to imbalance yourself, because we may be very nice outside in the community, and our family themselves could be suffering because of us, right? So the purpose of setting resolutions is not about pressure, but it's about direction. And when you have your things written out, you have, you put it out in the universe, then the universe conspires to help you achieve them. One of the accomplishment I feel from my last Pakistan trip was a publishing of a book on Asma'ul Husna, the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I was like, for a long time I was working with it. You'll find a lot of YouTube videos of me and a sister working on it. But subhanAllah, when the book came in my hand and one of the school gave me authorization that, okay, they're going to use it as a curriculum in all the schools, that was like amazing. And that only happened once I had put it out as a goal. That only see it. So they help us clarify values and priorities. It really helps us, what are we wanting to do? And a year is easier to navigate when we know where we are going, right? So that really helps. So for example, our coming gathering here, the purpose could be just food. The purpose could be meeting some loved ones. The purpose could be bigger, like, okay, I want to consult or have mashwara or mentorship or being, one category of people under the shade of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's throne is 2 people loving each other for the sake of Allah. Nothing else, but I just love you for the sake of Allah. So easy, right? So I'm just going to have no strings attached and just love somebody for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So anybody wants to share any one thing they wrote for this coming year? This is, I want to do this. Not yet? Anyone?
As a goal, you talk about a goal.
And yeah, what is one thing you want to accomplish this coming year?
So my thing is, like, for my kids, it's for me as a family. One of the goals that, like, understand, like, with daily life tasks that we kind of mess with work and stuff, with kids spending that time with intentional time. So my goal for this is, and what I've started on, like, what I do weekly, I take one of my daughters, because I have 3 daughters. So one of my daughters, and just spend time for 1 hour, 2 hours just for them on a weekly basis, just watch with them. So just catch up with them.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, so this is one of the things that I have. Like, we'll go to
Intentional time
Yeah,
spent.
I'll grab them. We'll go coffee, or just even for grocery shopping. There's just only just me and them. So
Alhamdulillah.
it's just like they get to talk and they feel like.
I'm going to give you one example of how does this intention makes a difference. I made an intention 2 days back. I was like, subhanallah, I am getting money. The money is coming in. What about my giving? Is it improving? Is it something changing in there? So I made an intention that okay, every Jummah I'm going to do some contribution, and I am going to have at least one person lunch. You know, like obviously I do a lot of things. I'm not just a homemaker. I do a lot in the community. So I'm like, I'm just going to sit with, sometimes you're just working. We don't even get time to sit with somebody. So I'm just going to have one lunch, one to one, not like a crowd, just one person, one me, and we just sit, relax, and we enjoy lunch. So yesterday when I'm coming out the masjid, there is a vendor and he has like a food box over there. So I buy that with my intention that I'm going to support. No matter it's expensive, it's not expensive, no questions asked. Whatever is there, just go get it. I got this, I got out and I found out that somebody was missing a ride, you know, like they needed to get home. So she hopped into my car and then I realized that my car needs a charge. So we pulled up into the parking lot for the charging station. We opened this yummy, delicious Chinese and, you know, alhamdulillah, we sat there. We enjoyed, we had a heart-to-heart conversation. And after that, I realized one of my students brought me some dates from Makkah and Medina, some very exotic dates with filling and everything. I was like, wow, Allah even gave us a dessert to enjoy in the car. So, and it was raining, drizzling, and we really enjoyed that heartful conversation. And subhanAllah, I was like, she was so thankful. And I was like, yep, I need to thank you because one of my goals got accomplished for this week. Seriously, this was like, you know, like a tonic for me to sit and just be relaxed and just talk life, not anything else, no other agenda. And subhanAllah, that was beautiful. So that's what I'm requesting each one of us have that. Last week, I intentionally went with my husband, okay, let's go to a restaurant and we'll just sit, just me and you, nobody else. So you can start. It's never too late to start whatever you do. So can we all take one step forward and say, yes, we can do it? At least one intention, one difference. And we commit ourselves to intentional growth, no matter what phase of life, what stage of life you're doing it. So inshallah, if you have children, teach with love and care. Inshallah, you have students, reach out to them intentionally. But all of us, rest of our life starts right now, right? So inshallah, pledge to submit to the Creator and in the correct reams, paired with alhamdulillah for this ability to speak, the ability to talk here, we go forward, inshallah. And we discussed about the 12-month growth planner in detail. So anybody needs it, they can access it. We have a lot of mentorship going on because this is something I raised like last year that I wasn't able to do many things because I did not have mentorship. And now I'm more than like this year, one of my biggest goal is financial literacy and helping kids as my daughter is going towards medical colleges and, you know, things are happening. I'm realizing this financial literacy is something so important. We will be asked. We had a beautiful inheritance going on, you know, with our teachers, mashallah. And you realize that if your inheritance will be due when you die, right? So you cannot give inheritance when you're alive. But in your life, we can give hiba, which is gift to your children. And we will be questioned, who did you give what? So even if I have 4 kids, I have to be mindfully making an intention, okay, how much I'm spending on their education, how much on their wedding, how much, you know, so every child, I have to become mindful of that. So inshallah, I'm praying that we all become financially literate, inshallah, and we can make a difference and impact that will truly help the wider Muslim ummah, inshallah. So feel free to connect, but please continue this pledge of 1 year forward. I conclude with a dua that, oh Allah, accept this effort from us. Place barakah in our work, purity in our intentions, and lasting benefit for our children and our community, inshallah. And alhamdulillah, you know, one alhamdulillah fills the scales from the heaven and the earth. So even if you're walking, you just say alhamdulillah. For this year, with all its highs and lows, we survived days we thought we wouldn't, and Allah carried us through moments we didn't think we were strong enough for. May Allah bless the year ahead with ease, barakah, and abundance blessings for all of us. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Jazakumullah khair. Anybody wants to share a final thought, most welcome, inshallah. If not, then one last time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let the stress go. 1. It's a hota hai. There's a lot that happens. You burn your. Yeah, so I'm doing a 7-minute workout. So that's what I'm doing. I'm happy to share. Anybody wants to get that. It's a beautiful, depending on, like, I have all this, everything here. So for me, I'm targeting here, but 7 minutes, I give it to myself. And that 7 minutes reminds me of Azkar and all that. So I'm pairing it with that. But even if you find few minutes, It's better than nothing. 1 minute is better than no minutes, you know. So inshallah, enjoy the lunch and hugs, and inshallah, jazakumullah khair. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Assalamu alaikum. Huh?
बहुत प्यारी लग रही है।
Jazakumullah.